It was a sweltering summer evening in the small town of Iquitos, Peru, 1970. The Amazon rainforest surrounded the town like a lush green blanket, and the sounds of the jungle filled the air. In this vibrant town, two young souls lived separate lives, unaware that their paths would soon cross. Peggy, a free-spirited American artist, had arrived in Iquitos just a few months prior. She was on a mission to capture the beauty of the Amazon on canvas, and her art studio became a hub for creatives and adventurers alike. With a wild mane of curly brown hair and a smile that could light up the darkest corners of the jungle, Peggy was always up for an adventure. Jason, a handsome and charming Peruvian engineer, had grown up in Iquitos, surrounded by the sights and sounds of the Amazon. He worked at his family's rubber plantation, where he spent his days overseeing the harvesting of the precious latex. Jason was a man of few words, but when he spoke, people listened. His kind heart and quick wit made him a beloved figure in the community. It was on one of Peggy's many excursions into the jungle that she stumbled upon an old, rickety wooden bridge. The locals had warned her about its instability, but Peggy, ever the thrill-seeker, decided to take a chance. As she made her way across the bridge, it creaked and groaned beneath her feet. Just as she was nearing the midpoint, Jason appeared out of nowhere, his arms outstretched to steady her. The bridge lurched violently, and Peggy found herself pressed against Jason's chest, their faces mere inches apart. For a moment they locked eyes, and time stood still. As they regained their balance, Peggy laughed nervously, while Jason smiled warmly, his dark eyes crinkling at the corners. "You're quite the adventurer, aren't you?" he said, his voice low and smooth. Peggy grinned, feeling an inexplicable spark of connection with this stranger. "Guilty as charged," she replied, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. Over the next few weeks, Peggy and Jason crossed paths again and again. They would meet for coffee at the local cafe, where Peggy would regale him with stories of her art, and Jason would share tales of his work on the plantation. As they spent more time together, Peggy found herself drawn to Jason's kind heart and gentle nature. She admired his dedication to his family's business and his passion for preserving the Amazon rainforest. In turn, Jason was captivated by Peggy's creativity and zest for life. He loved listening to her laugh and watching her paint with such abandon. Their conversations flowed easily, like a gentle stream meandering through the jungle. They discovered shared interests in music, literature, and the beauty of the natural world. As they explored the town together, their connection deepened, and they began to see each other as more than just friends. One fateful evening, as they strolled along the riverbank, Peggy confided in Jason about her fears and doubts regarding her art. She had always dreamed of making a name for herself in the art world, but now she felt uncertain about her future. Jason listened attentively, his eyes filled with compassion. But just as he was about to offer words of encouragement, his phone rang. It was his family's plantation manager, calling to inform him that the plantation was facing financial difficulties. As Jason listened intently to the news, Peggy noticed a change in his demeanor. His shoulders slumped and his eyes clouded over with worry. She realized that Jason had been carrying this burden alone for some time, and her heart went out to him. In the days that followed, Jason's concerns about the plantation weighed heavily on their relationship. Peggy tried to offer support, but she felt helpless in the face of his financial struggles. As they argued, the tension between them grew thicker than the jungle itself. One night, as they stood facing each other, the full moon casting an eerie glow over the river, Jason confessed that he had been feeling trapped by his responsibilities to his family's business. He longed for freedom and adventure, but felt bound by duty. Peggy listened with a deep understanding, her heart pounding in her chest. She realized that Jason was not just struggling with financial woes, he was also grappling with the weight of tradition and expectation. In that moment, she knew that she had to make a choice, stay with him and try to help him find his way, or follow her own dreams and leave him behind. As the night wore on, Peggy and Jason stood together, their eyes locked in a silent understanding. They knew that their love was strong enough to overcome any obstacle, including the challenges facing Jason's family business. In the days that followed, they worked together to find solutions for the plantation. Jason shared his knowledge of engineering with Peggy, and she used her art to raise awareness about the importance of preserving the Amazon rainforest. As they faced their fears and doubts together, their love grew stronger, like a tree growing tall and proud in the jungle. They realized that their relationship was not just about two people, it was about the connection between them and the impact they could have on the world around them. In the end, Peggy and Jason found a way to balance their individual dreams with their shared love for each other. They built a life together, surrounded by the beauty of the Amazon rainforest, where their love continued to grow and flourish like a lush green oasis in the heart of the jungle. The end.